What's going on, guys? So I've got another product here to showcase for you this morning. This is Improved Racing's Crank Scraper and Windage Tray Kit for the Gen 3.4 LS applications. So we just recently got these listed on the website, and I brought one in because I'm actually going to be using it on the lower end of that forged Lowbuck LQ4 build we just put together. So I figured I'd take an opportunity to talk to you a little bit about these and tell you why you might want to run one. So not only do we have the full crank scraper kit on the website, we have also listed the Improved Racing windage trays, which are available basically as a factory replacement windage tray for several of the LS engine applications, using standard rear sump pan, front sump pan, and some of the low front clearance pans as well. And I think C5, C6 Corvette applications too. So we'll talk a little bit about it and why I chose to run it. So a lot of you guys know, I'm kind of into the autocross truck thing. It's kind of a niche thing, but I have a lot of fun with it. And when you're talking about road racing or autocross, oil starvation because of cornering G-force and acceleration and braking G-force becomes a concern. So oil drain back and getting oil back to the pan becomes kind of a paramount objective when you're selecting components for the engine build. So that's where this really comes into play. So the crank scraper serves a few benefits, one of which is being that it contours the crankshaft and the rods in the bottom end to help remove excess oil from like the crankshaft counterweights as it revolves and try to return that to the pan quicker. So that has several improvements. One, of course, being that you get the oil back to the pan quicker. You have less oil suspended in the rotating assembly that is not available in the pan for the pump to pick up. But it also helps reduce some parasitic draw from the excessive weight of the oil on the crankshaft assembly. That's debatable. You know, people say 5 or 10 horsepower gains. That's really not why you would run one of these, but it's just another little advantage to it. So the crank scraper is removing that excess oil. The windage tray is helping keeping the oil from splashing up in the pan and coating the rotating assembly, and it also aids in the drain back as well. So you're trying to maximize the amount of volume you've got in the pan, and these parts help you do that. Another one of the side benefits to running a crank scraper kit is it is bolted to the crankshaft main studs. So it helps tie all 5 of those mains together, which helps with some stability. It helps with some rigidity, and it helps a little bit with preventing cap walk or block distortion when you're putting power through it, because you're tying those 5 individual main caps to one another utilizing a crank scraper kit. So this is available for stock stroke applications, stock rod applications, aftermarket rods, up to 4-inch stroke crank, and again, a few different oil pan orientations. So check them out online. We've got them listed now. And then if you don't want the full crank scraper kit, then we also have just the windage trays alone as a factory replacement style windage tray. Now these components are made out of aluminum, so they're substantially lighter than the original windage tray, which is a stamped steel design. So I just got done weighing one a minute ago. The factory windage tray alone weighs about 3 pounds. This full setup here, scraper and windage tray, weighs just over 2 pounds, so almost a pound of weight savings, in addition to the advantage of getting kind of the girdling benefit of the crank scraper kit and some of those other benefits that we talked about a minute ago. So if you're running just the windage tray, you're saving almost 2 pounds of weight versus the factory stamped steel tray. Again, not, you're splitting hairs here when you're talking about 1 or 2 pounds, but it all adds up in the end. Another advantage to this kit or just the windage tray is the fact that Improved Racing has thought ahead, and they manufacture these components so that they will fit ARP main studs as well as factory main cap hardware. So a lot of times when you run the ARP main studs, you end up having to modify the windage tray because it won't fit over the larger diameter main stud kit, and that can be a pain in the butt to try to get all that situated. So if you don't want to deal with that, you just want a bolt-on solution, the Improved Racing windage tray will get that for you, and their scraper kit is also compatible with the larger ARP main stud hardware as well. And another addition to that as a benefit would be that if you're running a stroker application, you've got a longer stroke crank, 3.90 or 4-inch stroke crank, you can run into clearance issues with a factory windage tray, but Improved Racing, their windage trays are compatible with up to 4-inch strokes. So if you got a stroker application, you're running ARP main studs, you want a bolt-on solution, this product will deliver that to you. So I'll go ahead and we'll get this bolted on the block, and maybe I'll show you guys kind of what that looks like if I've got time to stitch that all together in one video for you, and we'll go from there. Here's a look at the bottom of that crank scraper kit, or I should say the top actually, if it's mounted to the bottom of the engine. So this is the side that faces the actual main caps. You can see that Improved Racing has CNC'd all of this really nice and neatly. So these are your oil drain back provisions here that help work in conjunction with the windage tray. You can see they've tapered these or countersunk them to help direct the oil back to the pan with a little bit smoother transition. And then everywhere where the hardware is designed to sit on this crank scraper has all been CNC machined out so that it all sits down nice and perfectly flat and even. So really nice piece. Everything that Improved Racing makes I've been impressed with. I really like their brand and their products they offer. So if you haven't heard of them already, definitely check them out. We've got a lot of their stuff online, and they offer a lot more than just what we list as well. Just a quick little add-on to this video, and I might do some more content on this at a later date, but we're talking about improving oil control on this application of mine, and I'll show you guys a couple other quick parts that I'm going to be implementing. So I've got one of the low-profile, like 302-1 pan kits here. I think I've got these on the website. If not, I'll get them listed soon. This is not the legitimate Holley one. This is one of the overseas kind of knockoff units, but it seems to be a pretty good unit. I'll do a little bit more content as I get it installed, make sure the fitment's good and the pump clearance and pickup tube clearance is all good. But we're going to be working on that here pretty soon. But the reason I'm running this is because I wanted to have a trapdoor style baffle system, but I didn't want to spend a fortune on a road race pan. So I've got the drop-in baffle kit here for this pan, and it is fully baffled and trapdoored. So for those of you guys that may not be into the oil control stuff, you're still learning some of this, the trapdoor baffle kit helps keep what oil you have in the pan surrounding your pickup tube. So these trapdoors will allow oil to make its way back to the pickup tube, but in high cornering G-force braking applications, the oil cannot exit this little cavity that it's in because the trapdoors close under high G-force and keep that oil surrounding the pickup tube. So if you've got a lot of oil suspended in the top end and you've got a limited amount of volume left in the pan, this helps preserve what little volume you might have left in the pan right around the pickup tube where you need it, so you don't end up cavitating your pump or drawing some air into the system. So cool little deal there. In addition to that, one thing that I start to do on these if I'm in the bottom end, this is a pickup tube girdle kit. So the pickup tube on the LS uses just a single bolt to hold it to the pump in most applications. It actually looks like this one uses 2 bolts, so that's kind of good. I ordered this anyway just in case, but if you're using an OEM pickup tube, it'll only have one side of this that bolts to the pump, and then this girdle here will slip around that and allow you to use both bolt hole provisions on the pump to help pull that pickup tube up evenly, so you don't end up displacing the O-ring on the pickup tube, which is kind of a known little pitfall on the LS engine assemblies. The little pickup tube O-ring can slip out of place and it'll cause oil pressure issues for you on a new build. So let me see, I've got Mellington 295 pump here that I'm actually working on porting right now, so it's got debris on it, but you can see it's got 2 bolt holes here. Factory pickup tube would only utilize one of those as the saddle, but it looks like this pickup tube or a girdle kit will allow you to utilize both bolt holes, so you can draw everything up real nice and even. So again, I'm porting this right now. It's a little bit messy because I'm right in the process of it. I'll do some content on that. But I've also got some upgraded billet high efficiency oil pump drive gears coming in too, which I'm excited about. I'm going to be showing you guys here in just a little bit, probably within the next week or so. All right, so I've got the scraper in place. I'm not going to go through the full installation procedure. The instructions are available online. But one thing I did want to touch on is setting clearances. So one thing that's critical with the scraper install is that you have to have a minimum of 20 thousandths clearance between any of your counterweights and the girdle kit itself. And the reason for that is because the crank will have in play and it will have thrust clearance, so it'll move around a little bit in the block. You want to make sure it's not going to contact. So one thing you're going to do is you're going to look to make sure obviously everything visually clears. Your connecting rod bolts aren't hitting. That's no problem. I've got plenty of clearance on this one. But the critical thing is you need to have your 20 thousandths feeler gauge here, and you need to make sure that you have at least that much clearance at every spot where that counterweight comes near that crank scraper. So your front 3 counterweights are critical, and then you've got a couple counterweights in the back here as well with a factory crank that you need to check. So this is a little snug just right here. It's got clearance though, but I might just give this a nudge just a little bit forward here before I cinch all these up. But I just wanted to show that to you guys. That's kind of the, I don't want to say the hardest because it's pretty simple, but that's the most involved thing that you need to pay the closest attention to when you're putting this on. So here is a look at that crank scraper kit final installed. Everything went together super nice. Improved Racing really did a nice job on this kit. Fitment was on point. Everything went together easy. It only took me, I don't know, 30 minutes or so to install this on an engine stand. Of course, if you were working on it in the car, it'd take you a little bit longer. One thing I did want to mention, just be sure that you clean all these parts really well. Anything going in the oil system needs to be 100% clean. You don't want any machining debris or dirt or anything of that nature to make its way into that system. So just clean it good before you put it on. If you guys have any questions about it, or if you need a hand ordering, just give me a shout. Otherwise, we got them on the website, glensautoperformance.com. Check them out online, and we'll catch you on the next one.